Good afternoon, folks. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlie. It is April 6th, 2017 on a Thursday here in Pasadena. Beautiful day. We had some gloomy weather a couple days ago. It looked like it was going to rain here, but thank goodness it didn't. Let me see. Nothing special, nothing disastrous or anything special, good or bad has happened. I guess that's kind of a blessing in disguise. I did manage to be contacted this week by a homeless support group on Facebook, and I appreciate that. It's very nice, been reading a lot of their postings, and it's amazing what other people in different cities, different counties, not just here in the state but everywhere else, what they go through, how cities impose and how to treat homelessness, most worse than others, and it's treated as a disease. It's very sad. Read some stories, some postings where some people have it such a hard time sleeping in their car that they just, they'll get their, it doesn't matter if you get, like here in this city, if you get a permit, you need a overnight permit to park on the streets. I can't remember, but the last I remember it was $3 per night. Or if you happen to become a resident here in Pasadena and you show proof of residency, it's $64 an annual fee. But since you can't, you're stuck with going to the kiosks here at the police station, or at some of the fire stations. They have these little kiosks where you pay your money, cash or credit or coins, and they give you a little ticket and you put it on the inside of your dashboard, and that way when the police come by or the traffic police come by and they see that ticket, you're good to go. But if you happen to be sleeping in your vehicle, that's not a good thing. It just doesn't go over very well. They'll wake you up, they'll tell you to move along, or they'll say you can't sleep in your car. Some places I've read and seen that some people actually choose to park their car on the street and literally sleep in a sleeping bag right next to the car, because they're afraid that if they stray too far from their car that it's going to get tampered or vandalized with. And sometimes they do. There are people that actually go around, and it's not paranoia, it's far from being paranoia, but there are people that actually target and scout the homeless and seek them down and take advantage of them. A lot of people, for whatever reason they've gone through that, have put them in this position, in this situation of life. They'll know that either they're evicted, they've lost their home, a divorce, a breakup, whatever the situation, that they're most likely going to have valuables in their car, and they'll target them. If they see a car, and I've seen this happen a couple times, and I've called it in, people will go and look inside cars. If they see a lot of stuff in there, they'll know that it's pretty much a homeless person, and they'll break into the car and rifle through the belongings and take whatever they can get. Sometimes it's also not just regular people, but there are bands and groups of homeless people that target other homeless, which is crazy. It's like probably saying, why would they do that? Well, they do that. It's been done. I've been robbed a couple times. I have other friends and associates around me that have been robbed quite a few times. Just a while ago, about a month ago, I was someone had stolen my cell phone. I just had it barely a month. I had gone over and bought a new phone, got a contract, and luckily the young lady convinced me to get the insurance on the phone, and I was very close not to getting it. Had I not, well, then I wouldn't have been able to have a phone. I would have been stuck for 2 years paying almost $100 a month on something that I don't own, or would have taken me quite a while to get the money built up to buy a brand new phone. But luckily I had the insurance, paid my deductible, and then a couple of weeks later I got my phone. Thank goodness Thank you, Ingrid, for convincing me to get the phone, the insurance on the phone. But yeah, there's nothing really special. I can't stress enough how dire the situation here in Pasadena and everywhere all across this country. Some states and some cities choose to address the homelessness first, and then with some people address their addiction or their mental or physical need afterwards. Their main concern is to get the individual off the street and then address whatever problem they have thereafter. That works. That really works, and that's a smart thing. Because if someone has an addiction, whether it be drugs or alcohol, in a lot of places, they'll have them go do counseling first. And they'll have them sober up or whatever it is that they need to do. And then they'll put them on a waiting list. And then housing comes in. Housing could take up anywhere from a few short weeks to a long waiting list. I mean, some places it can be a couple of years. So a lot of places think, well, as soon as we get them off the street, it'll be easier for them because they'll be in a better state of mind. And it's true. It's kind of hard to be hopeful while you're being put on a list to wait for housing, and you have to go through drug counseling or alcohol counseling or whatever. And so many people have failed because it just gets depressing, you know. You don't really think it. And in a lot of cases, yeah, you get bumped down the list. So it's really, really, really difficult, the situation. So don't think anything ill about most people. A lot of people like me and most doing their best to get out of the situation. And again, what can I do as a person who is well off? Well, what can I do? Don't be afraid to give money to someone that really needs it. If you really see that they're hurting, whatever condition they're in, give it to them. Because once you give them the money, let them decide what they're going to do, whether they're going to get drugs or alcohol or something to eat. It's not for you to really dictate okay, now you should do this. And you know what? Your boss, you're employed. When you're doing work and you get paid for the work that you do for your employer and your boss is not saying, okay, I'm going to give you this paycheck. Now I don't want you to go buy drugs or alcohol or do anything that's bad. Then you as an individual shouldn't either. That's just the way it works, and that's the truth of the matter. So don't be afraid. And like I said in the past, cheap socks. Socks are always a great commodity. We all need socks out here. We spend most of our time on our feet, and especially now with summer coming up, boy, do we really need socks. Or bottled water. Bottled water too. Can't tell you how dehydrated we become out here. So money, change, whatever if you can. Lastly, but socks, bottled water, clothes, use jeans if you can. Maybe get a church group or a group of at your where you work and stuff. And if you got any old clothes, bring them together, have a day, put some clothes together, spare clothes, whatever. Even children's clothes. You'd be surprised how many. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking how many homeless children there are. There's also a group around here in the Los Angeles area. I'm not too sure how far they extend, but School on Wheels is a program that helps children that are homeless that can't get to school because they have no residency, so they can't attend school. Kind of screwed up, right? Our children are supposed to have the legal right to go to school, but if they have no address, they can't attend school. And the parent is screwed. And in this state, California can have their child taken away from them because they're seen as not good parents or fit parents because their children are at school. Really, 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 really screwed up. It's a double-edged sword. Anyway, today I'm gonna end this vlog for now. I want you guys to Love each other. Don't take each other for granted. Don't take anyone in your life for granted for that fact. Nothing, everything you do in life, none of that is trivial. Everything that you do in life matters. It is all important. Everything you do around you is very effective. So don't take any of that for granted. Make today as if it were your last. Love one another. And just have a great, beautiful day. The weekend's coming up. Next weekend is Easter Sunday, I believe, on the 15th. I think here at the Pasadena at the Rose Bowl, we're having the Egg Fest or the Egg Bowl, which we have like a lot of kids and a lot of families come and they do an Easter egg hunt. It's really cute. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, you all have a beautiful day, a blessed and beautiful day. If you like my channel, hit the thumbs up down below. I'll leave any comments, good or bad. They're all good. There's links to my Facebook page, my email address, and a link to the other channel that I did for an organization that I did a lot of video and photography work that I still work with. And check it out, okay? Love you all. Bye-bye.